brought to you by District 20, Division F. And I would like to begin with reading the district mission. We build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. Since we are in a Zoom environment, we will have the moderator who will mute or unmute us participants as required. If you want to speak, please click on the raise your hand icon on your screen and the moderator will unmute if necessary. Please leave your videos on. Appreciate that you are seated in a quiet room, free from disturbance, connected to the internet, a mug of coffee to keep you warm. And assuming that you are at home and your workplace, you would know best where the washrooms are and the entry and exit to your home or workplace. In the event of a fire, leave this training and run to safety. As already mentioned by our trainer, immediate past president, the district director, Wafaa Salman, ensure that you are dressed, properly dressed, appropriately dressed for this training to feel confident. With this, I would like to hand over to the Division F Director, DTM Cajetan Barretto.
Thank you, Acting Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Priscilla, for opening the meeting sharp on time. And first of all, since people are still coming in, I want to make sure before we get into the groove of things that everyone has been assigned to their team. And one of the things that you all will be trying to figure out is whether the team name is appropriate for you or not. So you might want to create your own WhatsApp group if you want of your team. You will be working extensively with your team throughout the day. And trust me, this is not a lectures. This is a training program. We want full participation. So you all are equally part of this program. Okay. Before we begin, we have distinguished guests from the district in the house. I'm still waiting for a district director, but in the meantime, what I would like to do is I would like to introduce our program quality director who initiated this program and gave me the opportunity to conduct it, something that I love. So when the opportunity or the list was given out to the division directors saying, what would you like to do? Which program, district initiative would you like to take during the year? Would it be some workshop, judges training, speaker to trainer? And I jumped at the opportunity to do speaker to trainer. And I know that our PQD also has done a very successful speaker to trainer program last year, albeit it was done in a physical environment. So we are working together to sort of adapt it to make it as fun and as learning in an online environment. So I asked PQD, I want you to talk about the importance of training in Toastmasters. So let's see what our PQD has to say on the subject. Over to you, DTM Alifiya Lakdawala.
Thank you, Division F Director. Let me address our presence of our quality district club growth director, DTM Khalid Abdullah. We have our district office members here. Our PRM is here, Toastmaster Maram, our IPDD, DTM Wafaa Salman, and definitely our Division F Director and his team. So good morning, everybody. I am quite excited. And as DTM Cajetan said that when this program was listed and he was the first one to jump, and trust me, I had in mind that I hope that Division F takes this event because I know that it would be executed in the right way because how passionate he is about technology, how passionate he is about training. So this is an app thing where he can exercise his skills, what he has learned or what training he has got, and he has applied it in real life, empowering more Toastmasters. So coming back to why training is important in Toastmasters, rather than me saying, I would like y'all to tell me, meanwhile I would share my screen. What do you think? Why do you think that training is important in Toastmasters?
To empower others, more
Empower
members.
others. Very good, very good. Empower others, more members. See, let's talk about training per se. If we have to think, we all come from different professional backgrounds. We do understand that this pandemic took us back, and how we all started enhancing our soft skills. So what does training do to any organization or to any employee for that matter?
Gaining skills and behavioral change.
Excellent, Maram. Yes, definitely.
It equips the individual.
Equips the individual. Exactly. So what does training do? It equips, or rather expands, the knowledge, existing knowledge what we have. It helps us developing opportunities, and it is a worthwhile investment. Today, y'all have come investing your precious time. Y'all are going to develop so many opportunities, which y'all will be taking back to your workplace and implementing it. And what else? We are expanding our knowledge base. That's the most important thing with any training or any subject we do. We speak about our knowledge, which is increased because by peer discussion, team activities. Coming to training per se in Toastmasters, well, in Toastmasters, we give a lot of importance to training because that, gives a thriving factor for a healthy district. Toastmasters is designed in that way. We are not here, there is no teacher or tutor, as you all know. We do it by learning and doing the stuff. So critical element for a healthy district, Toastmasters trainings are concentrated there. When we have good club, area, and division officers trained, we will have a positive member experience because they are empowered and they go back to the club serving our members. It creates a quality club, and thereby we have good retention and a good membership growth. This membership growth would go taking Toastmasters word to outside, where we get more members. Again, it just comes that we make more leaders or create more leaders, and we have more members joining this organization. Well, as we said, y'all gave up the answers that we encourage each other when we take up a training. Whatever we learn, we apply effective leadership, the concepts of effective leadership. Now, today in this training, y'all will understand that as team member, as a team player, sometimes as a team leader, how y'all are going to take a lead in the speaker to trainer program. And y'all can answer questions and stimulate discussion, because there will be scenarios based on your club, your members, something which you all have already done. And you will motivate each other by cheering them or filling up the gaps which are there. And finally, incorporate this training outside Toastmasters in your personal life, professional life, and in Toastmasters. What are the benefits of any training, whether it is in Toastmasters or outside Toastmasters? As you all said, we have improved performance. We address each other's weaknesses. If I am weak in something not good during an activity, I have another hand which supports me. So we bridge each other's gaps by taking care of our weakness. We empower each other. Now, today, y'all are good trainers. Y'all are good speakers. How are you going to become good trainers? So Division F has taken this opportunity to empower y'all today. There will be consistency in development because we keep practicing. You will hear our IPDD say that if you don't apply this logic, 3 weeks down the line, you will forget most of the stuff. So ensure that you keep developing yourself with whatever you have gained today. You will have more innovation in performance. As leaders, as members, we need to come up with innovation. What I can do different, that will keep give you a motivation factor that, okay, I can improve here better, I can do this better. So those are the reasons. And finally, you will enjoy your Toastmasters journey. This is in a nutshell what training means to all of us. Training in real life plays a very important role. In Toastmasters, over the years, we have been asking members to do club officers training or any other sort of trainings. We have trainings for the district leaders, for the area directors, even for the trio we have trainings. So training keeps polishing your existing skills and it will take you up higher. Back to you, Division F Director.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction on the importance of training, especially in Toastmasters, because all the time we are doing training, but by having the right base, the right tools, the right process of delivering training, you will enhance not only your own skills, but the skills in which you are imparting the training to. And thank you for that wonderful introduction to our session. Let me also acknowledge and introduce our next district officer, Club Growth Director, DTM Khalid Abdullah. And he is a passionate Toastmaster. He keeps sending us messages every day, whether he's at work or not. Come on, let's do it. Let's build new clubs. Let's bring the message of Toastmasters to others. Sometimes it can be hard to keep up with him, but let me introduce him and let him speak for himself. And to do that, may I hand over to you? Oh, DTM Khalid Abdullah, a Club Growth Director.
Thank you so much, Division F Director, DTM Cajetan. Let me recognize the presence of our PQD, who thought that I'm PQD and she's the CGD, but that's fine. PQD, DTM Alifiya Lakdawala. Immediate past District Director, DTM Wafaa Salman, and our PRM, who's also everywhere, Toastmaster Maram Al-Aradi, and all of the other leaders. Good morning to one and all. Let me just show you the weather today in Bahrain. It's really excellent weather. I could not really resist but to go cycling. But at the same time, we as leaders, we always reflect on whatever we do. And before I leave home, I noticed that the tire was a little bit low on air. So I put some air in the tire and I went on. But then that thought in mind was always there. What if the tire is flat? So at some point in time during my beautiful journey today, I shifted my thinking from the journey around to the possibility of the tire being flat. Isn't it what we do as well in Toastmasters? That's exactly what we all did, right? When we confronted with COVID-19. We were so worried. What would happen? Or can we really continue as Toastmasters? And that's where the effective decision maker comes into place. Some decided, well, this is not my cup of tea. I can't really perform in such environment. And they decided to just discontinue, I would say, their Toastmasters journey. But some other leaders thrived. Regardless of whatever is happening around, they continued to thrive in front of others. They continued to lead. They continued practicing their leadership in a real platform. This is one decision, the other is another decision, but taking it to an extreme, and this is what Division F Director is doing it. Having speakers to trainer in a virtual environment, that's a different level of decision making. So well done, Division F Director. Well done for all of whoever is involved today. Let's just close an eye on the flat tire, even if it is flat. Let's enjoy our journey and let's see this beautiful weather today morning. What an energy, what a positive energy this can give us. Let's utilize the positive weather to our own self. And over to you, Division F Director. Enjoy it.
Thank you, our Club Growth Director. Somebody asked the question, have we changed our CGD? And it does look like we have changed our CGD, looking at your outfit. But thank you for showing us the views of Bahrain and the beautiful weather. And here also we have similar weather. Thank you. And let's use that energy today for the rest of the day. It is going to be a long day, but very fruitful day. And Next, I would like to introduce the big man himself, our district director. He has just entered the room, and I would like to give the floor to our district director, and one of the most humble person who has risen from the ranks of Toastmasters and done almost every possible leadership role in the organization right up to the district director. And he keeps encouraging us. And district director, I would like to hear from you as we start our session today, the speaker to trainer workshop. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, DTM Cajetan, for the warm introduction and the setup you have. That setup, I wish I could have such setup, so I had to come to the office and make my own setup here. Not that I get the liberty to do changes at home. Now, talking about this event of speaker to trainer, this is a wonderful initiative by Division F. First of all, let me acknowledge the presence of our program quality director, Team Alifiya Lakdawala, our club growth director, DTM Khalid Abdullah, and our immediate past district director, DTM Wafaa Salman. I see a lot of other participants. I don't want to take much of the time. Now, what is this speaker to trainer program actually? Because whenever speaker to trainer or speechcraft, I become a little bit over sentimental actually, because these are the programs which really cater our Toastmasters actually, particularly in terms of speaker to trainer program. It really caters to our members. How does it do? Because what happens is that this speaker to trainer program, don't mistake that this is going to make you the presenter for next club officers training or a parliamentary workshop or any such Toastmasters workshop. If you are thinking of that, remove it from your mind actually. This training, whatever you are taking it, is the first step towards becoming a trainer in your own organization. That is what I always emphasize. Do it within your organization. If you're not reaching out to your organization, how does your organization know that you are in Toastmasters and you have enriched lot of skills through Toastmasters? Now, not necessarily that you need to give training for the entire company. You can go to your department, do a presentation of what is required within the limits of your department, and continue this until for other departments also. You can even conduct speaker to trainer program within your organization, among Toastmasters within your organization, so that each company which invest for you, what you mean by investment, not that they pay your membership fees. You might be stealing some little of time from your office work for Toastmasters activity. How do you repay them back is through giving it back to the company itself actually. That's what I feel. Because if you don't give back to the company, what they would be thinking is that this guy is always about Toastmasters and it doesn't help the organization as such. My strong belief is that if you really want to become a trainer, start at your company, start with your colleagues, because that is where the environment where they would understand that, yes, our colleague has reached to a next level. So this is a wonderful platform for us to, market ourselves, market Toastmasters, even start up your own Toastmasters club in your organization. Not many people do that actually. It's a very risk factor. But I encourage you to start with this baby step. Start with training at your club, at your company, in any department for that matter. That is really the purpose of this speaker to trainer program. Don't mistake that this is for you to become the next presenter in the Toastmasters activity. Please remove that notion. Learn whatever skills you have, no matter what. You can create your own model within your organizations and make benefit for the organization. That is where we really, mean what we Toastmasters are all about. I would like to thank Toastmaster Cajetan for once again taking this initiative. I think this is the third year of which I have seen that we are conducting a series of speaker to trainer program. This is a wonderful initiative. This should be part of our program every year, not just at the district level. It can be at the division area. Anyone can conduct, even at the club they can conduct. So let's make it as a practice. Let's benefit out of it actually. That is our purpose. Let me just tell you that I got trained back in 2004. It was called the Train the Trainer program. Now that we have a unique name called the Speaker to Trainer, because normally members think that if I'm a good speaker, I'm a trainer. No, there's a different aspect between a trainer. That's the reason Toastmasters coined this name as Speaker to Trainer actually. Normally in corporate world, it's called Train the Trainer program. Again, it's a wonderful program, tailor-made for Toastmasters. I'm sure you'll all benefit out of it. Thank you very much for your time, Division Director Cajetan. Over to you.
Thank you, District Director Muhammad Salim, for that prep talk for us to get us started in this program. And now it's time to start the program itself. And I would like to introduce the trainers for today, but I won't, because I saw that they have prepared their own slides. They want to introduce themselves. And what a training team that we have assembled today. When I approached them and they said yes, they were actually very busy. And you know, during this pandemic, everyone is having so much tasks. In fact, one of our trainers was busy till 11 o'clock in the night. He was training and training, but he said, okay, I'll make for you a slot in the afternoon time. Can we do it 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock? And over the last couple of days, we've been meeting every day preparing for this, ensuring that you get the best possible training. And to start the session, I will hand over the podium now to our main trainer. We all know her, but I will let her introduce herself because she has her own slides, as I mentioned. Immediate past district director, DTM Wafaa Salman, two-time DTM in fact. DTM Wafaa Salman, over to you to start the training program.
Thank you, Cajetan. Good morning, everybody, and let me introduce myself. As a practice, every trainer in every session, even if some of the people knows them, that's a professional way to introduce yourself. I've been in the training field or the training industry, as I can say, more than 23 years. After I graduated from college, that's what I did in my life. Now, I'm a computer engineer, so I have an IT background and network engineer as well. And I've been for the last 15 years as a manager in different companies, and now I'm serving as Learning and Development Manager at Australian College of Kuwait. That gives me kind of leading people from the management perspective, and that doesn't mean that's leadership, but the leadership comes later on when I joined Toastmasters. Education-wise, I'm an MBA holder in strategic management from Maastricht, Netherlands, and my bachelor is in computer engineering, as I told you. I have several hobbies: reading, definitely, and public speaking, which is obvious, and travel. I'm fond of travel, and I love to learn several cultures. That's a brief about me. And now let's hear from our other trainer, his introduction.
Thank you very much, DTM Wafaa. With you. Good morning, everybody. It's greetings from Bahrain, and it's really nice to be with you all on this beautiful Friday morning. My name is Hisham, and over the last 17 years, my professional experience spans accounting, auditing, analysis, and advisory. So you could call me a numbers person, but for the majority of this time, I have worked in small teams with small groups in fairly large companies that looked at specialized transactions and specialized products. If I was to summarize my experience, it will be in corporate finance, research, and training. I've been working in two places, and that's Sri Lanka and Bahrain. I've been in Bahrain for the last 11 years, and I started off in Bahrain working for Ernst & Young here as a manager in the Financial Accounting Advisory Services Department, looking at the financials of a company and trying to identify pitfalls before they actually fall into trouble. 5 years ago, I moved to the Bahrain Institute of Banking and Finance, which is the training arm of the Central Bank of Bahrain. And I worked there as a senior lecturer in the Banking and Finance Department. So I have 3 types of training. I do the training for the banks of Bahrain. That's mainly with finance and accounting. Then I teach bachelor's degree and master's degree courses. And then finally, I teach the professional courses, the qualifications such as CMA and CPA. Over the last 15 years, I have been exposed as a group accountant of a company that had 23 different subsidiaries, printing, publishing, hospitals, health and wellness. And as I mentioned, I worked for Ernst & Young and BIBF, and I was also fortunate enough to for the top 20 investment banks in the world. Professionally, I'm a CPA, that's a certified public accountant, a certified management accountant, and at the moment, I'm in the final module of a master's degree specialty of Strathclyde. Hobbies, just one, reading and trying to identify and increase my knowledge of this beautiful language called English. So most of the time, either you'll find my eyes in a movie, nose in a book, or ears buried in music. That's
Thank you, trainer Hisham. And now it is time for me to introduce myself. And I sometimes have a hard time figuring out what am I? But really, I have been working in the last 20 years in management in the IT field specifically, and in project management, software development, and I work as a general manager in Dow Information Systems. But most people think I'm either a photographer or a YouTuber because that's where I spend most of my time. And I remember going to Toastmaster events in area contests and division contests, and people would approach me and say, "Oh, you are the official photographer. Can you take this picture of mine?" And I said, "No, I'm just here with my camera." And yeah, and as DTM Khalid has said, the pandemic has really transformed me in the last 8 months into online training. I became a certified trainer 1 year ago when I joined a very interesting program called Train the Trainer, conducted by Australian College of Kuwait by none other than DTM Wafaa. And that's where I got my training bug to really become focused on training. And that's what I've been doing for the last 6-8 months. I have a master's degree in management from Goa University. And besides photography, the other thing I really, really love to do is scuba diving and fitness, as you can see. And I'm looking forward to a very dynamic training program today. Over to you, DTM Wafaa.
Thank you, Cajetan. And now, as we all know, as the Surgeon at Arms set the ground rules for the whole meeting, but we are setting the rules for the training, and that's kind of a practice that every trainer should start with after introducing him or herself. So, as online training, the emergency exits at your own house or place, so you know them, please take care of them. Your mobile, make them as silent. I did mine as silent, so we'll make sure that we are not interrupted and we are decreasing the distraction that we can get. Your mics are muted unless you are asked to do so, or sometimes in the exercises we'll tell you unmute yourself and just try to say something. If you wish to participate, we have several options, either in the chat as it will be instructed by the trainer, or by raising hand, and then the moderator can tell that we have a person raising hand. As when you are training, you cannot see all the screen. So you need a moderator. You need a person to help you in monitoring the chat or telling people who's raising hand and guiding this. Questions can be typed in the chat box, and by that, we will start working on answering these questions. And now, what I want you to do is, now I will stop sharing after I ask you these questions. We will need to know each other. I may know most of you, but there are things that I need to know, or we need to know about each other. We introduce ourselves, so you know what's our job, what's our background, and what's our name. Now I need to know this from you. So all of us will know each other, and it will be easy to work with each other among teams that the moderator has separated you with. So I need to know your name, and there is a time. When I stop sharing, you will see the timing. Each person will have from 30 seconds to 1 minute max, and that's a challenge. That's what we call it in sales, the elevator pitch. So we need to sell your organization during the elevator with less than 1 minute. If you can do that, then you are successful in business. So that's the same approach that we will do. I want you to introduce yourself by saying your name, what's your job, what's your education background, and what you want to get from this course specifically. So 3 questions, easy to, and moderator will tell will tell me who's be the first person to speak or what.
I'm ready to speak without further ado.
Okay, start.
Thank you, dignitaries, fellow Toastmasters. My name is DTM Nachupalli Ramkumar. I was past division director. Today I am here working with oil sector with an experience of more than 25 years. Currently, I'm engaged with the organization resilience team as an engineer for emergency response corporate unit. I'm here to learn excellence in everything I do in my work, at my work, personally and professionally. Thank you, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Ram. Good to know you more. Cajetan, can we put the timer so they can see what's the limit? However, Ram has done a great thing.
Yes,
Morally, we miss you. Start
he
introducing
spoke,
yourself.
in fact, Ram spoke for less than 30 seconds. I was about to turn the green signal on, but he has finished in less than 30 seconds. At 30 seconds, you will see my background turning to green. At 45 seconds, you will see it turning to yellow. And at 1 minute, you will see it turning to red.
So let's not exceeding the red. However, we're not going to stop you, but we need to listen from all. Well done, Ram. And I'm proud of you. Morally, the floor is yours.
Great morning to all of you. I am Murli Manohar from right now in Hyderabad. Professionally, by education, I am a postgraduate in finance, as well as I have insurance degrees, almost 14 degrees only on insurance. And what I plan to learn out of this program, I'm very happy that I'm learning from my own mentor, my trainer, who has given me the certification for the training, along with my colleagues. I'm very happy. When you want to be a professional, you will have to sharpen your skills. And that's what I do. Every time there is any speaker training or any training material or message, I join there because it's like a knife. You have to sharpen it every time. So I have joined here to sharpen my skills so that I can be better as a trainer. Over to you. I'm not able to see the timer. Yeah, thank you. So I wish all the best to everyone, and I would love to learn from all of you too. By the way, yeah, I got a name now. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Good job, Morally. And good to hear you again. And yes, sharpen your saw is the last skill from the 7 habits of highly effective people, and it's very important. Thank you for that. And let's go for Maram.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Wafaa Salman. Good morning, everyone. My name is Maram Al-Aradi. I am a chemical engineering graduate, and I work for the Supreme Council for Environment, a field that I'm very passionate about, which is protecting the environment. I actually help protect the ozone layer, as well as manage chemicals of importation and exportation out of Bahrain. What I hope to gain from this training is 2 things: how to actually deal with different audience, how to accept their feedback and be able to properly give them whatever knowledge I have. And the second thing is to how effectively I can reach or give my training outcomes or the objectives reached to the trainees effectively. And back to you.
Thank you, Maram. Now there is the Desert Storm 01. Let's hear from, I'm trying to learn your names.
Srijit.
Please.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Wafaa, for this. My name is Srijit, and I work in Bahrain as an IT project leader for a company here. And my education is, I'm a graduate in physics with a post-graduation in computer applications from National Institute of Technology in India. And I expect to learn from this workshop and hone my skills as a trainer, because I've been a trainer before, visiting the rural engineering colleges in India for IT skills. And I'm passionate about speaking and training. So that's the reason which made me attend this workshop today. And I hope to learn a lot from here. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you. Good to know you more. Anil, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Myself, Anil Pachlangia, the immediate past area director for Area 10. Academically, I am a science graduate and postgraduate in diploma. However, I am working in the field of insurance and investment. In the time of crisis, we provide protection to the people, and in their good times, we help them grow their wealth. So by the nature of job itself, I'm required to meet up people on a day-to-day basis, and at times I'm required to give a group presentation. So that was the whole purpose of me attending it. Yes, I have learned over a period a fair degree of competency level while speaking, but as the district director mentioned, there's a huge difference between the speaker and the trainer. So this is the aspect which I need to hone, and that's the purpose of me attending this morning. Thank you so much. And yes, like the previous speakers, I am also looking forward to learn a lot like this throughout the day. Back to you.
Thank you very much. Subrata.
Yes. Good morning. Good morning to all of you. Myself, Subrata Kumar Bhukta. Presently, I am area director. But my educational background is I am PhD in a special subject, that is geophysics. I am working in an oil company in Kuwait, and I love to present my scientific publications in different journals, as well as presented in several symposium, international symposium, like Society of Engineering Geophysics and SEG and EAGE. So I would like to train the people. So that's why today I am here to improve my voice quality as well as the regional imprint, whatever. That's why I joined Toastmaster. I love to train people. That's why I would like to join this today's training workshop to learn how to deliver my technical knowledge to the people. So that's why I am here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Subrata. Now, can we hear from Gino?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Toastmaster Gino Thomas. Essentially, my background is I'm a science graduate who has moved into IT. I presently work as an IT manager with an educational group that has around 10,000 students and 1,000 staff. I am the end-to-end person from procurement to the support. I'm the one go-to person for everything in the organization. I am a person who has been certified by Microsoft, Amazon, Cisco, everything, but my passion is public speaking. So I am looking forward to a time when my passion beats my profession. And I'm looking forward to gain everything that's thrown at the floor today. And I want to become better at it. Thank you and have a good day.
Thank you very much, Gino. And I like the passion one because that's the real desire. Ravi, can we hear from you?
Hello. Yeah, good morning. And thank you, Wafaa Salman. I'm a I'm Ravi Kumar. I'm currently Vice President of South Kuwait Toastmaster Club. I'm basically a chemical engineer working in a safety department, safety engineer as a in wood also refinery project. So the basically my job requires a lot of training to the workers and to the managers, and I feel myself that I'm giving my training to everyone as equal, but it needs a differentiation when you talk to the workers and when you talk to the managers. So I feel that I have to improve myself. So I came here to learn the effective training skills, and at the same time that I need to understand the adult learning. And thank you very much, Professor Salman.
Thank you, Ravi. And good to know you, and learning never ends. Danish, can we hear from you?
Thank you, DTM Wafaa Salman. I'm in the Toastmasters, if I say the 2 years, and currently I'm serving as a Vice President of SSP Toastmasters Club. And also I am the member of the American Society of Safety Professional Kuwait chapter for 12 years. I don't believe in disclosing the educational qualification, but everybody is disclosing. So myself is having the runaway degree in the Bachelor of Art, because I ran away from the college. And professionally, I have the NIVO certified from the UK. And currently, I am working in a private construction company as a HSE superintendent. Total overall, I have the industrial experience of 38 years. Thank you. Over to you. And I joined the training to, this is the part of my profession also, as mentioned by the Ravi Kumar, HSE professional, they have to train the people. So I can maybe develop the more innovative way to train my colleagues. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Danish, and good to know you more. Now, Shinoy, I know you since I was an area governor and you were my assistant, but let's introduce yourself to the others. Shinoy.
Yeah. District officers, trainers and moderator, and fellow participants, good morning. My name is Santosh Kumar Shanai. You can call me Shanai. I'm attending this program from India. I'm a mechanical engineer and having master's degree in business administration and HSC engineering. I'm currently working as a freelance service provider, focusing on consultancy, auditing, and training. There are two purposes why I'm attending this program. The basic purpose is to associate with the wonderful Toastmasters from District 20. I really mean it. I left Kuwait 3 years ago, but still I'm continuing the membership with one of the Toastmasters club in India, in Kuwait. And as the title goes, to sharpen my skills, which I can reflect in my training. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, Shinoy. And when I saw your name, I was surprised because when I'm training at KPC, I see Shinoy there. So we train in the same field. Why he's here? But that means that we will never stop learning, and that's how the trainers should be. Now, my lovely BG, the floor is yours. Introduce yourself.
Thank you, DTM Wafaa Salman, and to all the trainers and my friends. Good morning from the state of Kuwait. My name is BG Gittins, and I've been working as an executive assistant to the vice chairman and CEO at Bukhamsin Group Holding Company in Kuwait for the last 6 years. I have a working experience of over 15 years, all of it in Kuwait. My IT the educational background is actually in computer science and engineering, which I very just left behind and was moved into this whole field of business administration and office training. So I've started off in HR, primarily I have over 8 years of experience in HR, working in different areas, training, development, quality, management, assurance. And now I would like to unlearn certain things that I've learned about training and learn new things, pretty much to get like a basic foundation. As Jinus very rightly said, this is a passion for myself as well, public speaking, and hopefully I can use this to as a profession in the coming years. So much more to learn and to go. Thank you. Over to you, DTM Wafaa.
Thank you, Vijay. And good to know you and good to have the passion. And we as trainer now, we know that you are in the right place and we will be enjoying all as there is a passion. Dr. DTM Fatma, please introduce yourself.
Good morning, everybody. And thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity for enhancing our skills. My name is Fatma Abdo. By profession, I'm an ELT supervisor, that is English language teaching supervisor. I'm working in the Ministry of Education. I have more than 25 years experience in teaching and educating. By profession, of course, you know, I'm an educator. And I was a graduate from Faculty of Arts, major English, passionate about learning and about training, and training is a part of my profession. That's why I'm attending today's session. And I always believe that every single day is an opportunity for learning. That's why I'm attending this session, and I'm looking forward for more information from our professional presenters and trainers. And thank you so much for this opportunity. Over to you, DTM Wafaa.
Thank you very much, Dr. Fatma. And that's another example, 25 years in teaching and education, and she's attending. That learning never ends. Thank you for being here. Sahar, DTM Sahar, let's hear from you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sahar Al-Wardaji. I'm professional in biophysics. I teach physics. I have many training to be trainer from many training centers. I trained many workshops in learning strategy and also in leading. I'd like to be here to be a good, better from me in training as general and in Toastmasters as specific. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sahar. Another example, teacher and going to training. Now let's hear from Zahra. It's good to see you. Please introduce yourself.
Good morning, everyone, district officials, fellow members, brothers and sisters. This is Zahra Al-Mkharrag, another teacher. So this is Zahra Al-Mkharrag, Area 35 Director from Kingdom of Bahrain. So yes, I have a bachelor degree. I'm a bachelor degree holder of Business Information System, and I'm a design teacher. Why I'm here? Because I felt like a teacher is related to public speaking and leadership, then the trainer is not, like it's all in the same field. So I feel that as a teacher, I should be trained and train my students, my other colleagues. So I felt, yes, it's all related, and it's my great pleasure to be with you. Back to you, DTM Wafaa.
Thank you, Zahra. And good to know that we have another teacher. Gobi, please introduce yourself.
Hi, good morning to everyone. Presenter, happy to see your bright face. We are going to receive a lot of messages, informations, and takeaway from you. About myself, I'm Gopidas, representing Tasca Toastmasters, PP Education. And in my profession, I am trainer for the last 18 years. I always believe the Einstein statement, education, it's like training. It's always not only providing the facts, but train the mind to think. So today, for me, the opportunity from all of you presenters as well as learners to train my mind to think whatever best is here, I'm going to take such a wonderful platform, Toastmasters. Happy to see everyone here. Thank you so much. Have a good day all.
Thank you, Gopi. Dear Mariam, please introduce yourself.
Good morning, everyone, dear fellow Toastmasters. Hope you all are doing great. This is Toastmaster Mariam Rangat from Kuwait Leaders Toastmaster Club President. I am a lawyer by profession, and what I'm looking forward in today's meeting, it is said that you cannot do today's business with yesterday's tools. So I would like to know what virtual training is all about. So The basic motive is to learn how to do virtual training. And the second is I'm open up to whatever positive I can pick from all of you all. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Mariam. Good to have you. Now let's hear from Reno.
Hi, good morning all. Myself Renu Kaima from Bahrain. By qualification, I am an engineering graduate and a certified HR professional, and I have been working as an HR professional for last 15 years. And currently I work as an assistant HR manager for a construction company in Bahrain. The purpose of attending this meeting is to learn how to deliver a successful training and to enhance my training skills. Thank you, DTM Wafaa Salman.
Thank you, Reno, and nice to have you among us. Tabassum Ali, please introduce yourself.
A warm good morning to wonderful trainers and all the trainees around. I'm Tabassum Ali, and I have done my graduation in commerce, in law, in education. I have worked in a blue chip company, that is Reliance, as a manager for 4 years, and I'm a former teacher. I'm past immediate area director. And what else? Why am I here? Because right now I'm a homemaker, happy-go-lucky homemaker. Why I'm here? Because I feel education never stops, as most of them have already told. I believe I'm a lifelong student, and professionally I'm not going to make money because my husband makes it for me. So what I will do with my training is I'll make a difference to the society. That's it. Thank you. Back to you.
I love the humor. We will have fun as Tabassum is with our team. We will hear, there was another trainer, Ila Noor, but he's out of the room. We will hear from our acting surgeon at arms, the area director of my club, Brazil.
Thank you, Toastmasters DTM Wafaa. Good morning, everyone. This is Toastmaster Priscilla Dias, Area 21 Director. For me, I have been a cake artist ever since 8 years old. I would say an acclaimed cake artist. I do not have a certification in that, but I have a degree in business management, and I've been working, I was working in the corporate field for the last 20 years in the administration department. What made me move to cake decoration, being a cake artist, is, of course, it was my passion. Why am I here today? Next week on 4th December, I am doing the club officers training. I've done this before as speaker, as a Toastmaster. This time, I would like to do it as a trainer. Over to you, Toastmaster DTM Wafaa.
Wow, super. By that, all of our teams and trainers are here and introduced. But let me reveal something before moving to the second slide. We are today will give you tips and techniques, but never in one day you will be that trainer. You will know the foundation and you know what you need to know. You need to work on these skills. Definitely train the trainer is not speaker to trainer. We are just shifting your paradigm from speaker to a trainer. If you want to work on that, then you will go to another training. So don't say that District 20 did us train the trainer in one day and we are not the professional trainer, just to reveal that secret, okay? We will do our best to give you everything we know. And now, back to our moderator. We are good in time. I was watching the time and I was seeing him worried a little bit. I can read his face now. Cajetan, Barretto, floor is yours.
Just want to make sure everyone has introduced themselves. If we missed out by any chance anybody, please, you can unmute yourself and give us your introduction. If not, let's move to the next session. I want you to consider that you are a trainer and you want to start your training program. What is it that you need to do first? What is the first thing that you will do to start your training session? Any responses from, and first of all, I must say I'm so encouraged with all the trainers and everyone looking professional with a background. Those who would like to use the same background, please, it has been posted in the WhatsApp group. It looks really, really professional. And it took me only 10 seconds to do it at the request of Tabassum Ali. So what is the first thing as a trainer? You entered the training room, the clock has just started. You want to start the training. What is the first thing that you will do? Ram, you were trying to say something?
Pay attention.
No, as a trainer.
I would try to do need analysis first. What is the intent? And I'll go with the introduction.
Okay, need analysis.
Maram raised her hand.
Okay, Maram. And see, by the way, this is not a typical training session. Everyone is equal here. That's why you have the rights to unmute yourself, interrupt us. It is not going to be like you ask me to unmute you or nothing like that. This is a real training session. So Maram, please, can you tell us?
I was going to say that if this is related to a specific training program, no, so not as something that we are doing like here. For example, if it's something like COT, we already know what the training objectives are. So at the beginning, as a trainer, the trainer is supposed to say what are the training outcomes? What am I going to, or what are the participants going to gain after they attend this training? So the training objectives, something like
that. Training objectives.
Agenda of the training.
Yeah. So by the way, we are just talking about starting the training, the first 5 minutes. We are not talking about the entire training, just the first 5 minutes, just to get started.
Understand the pulse in the room.
Pardon?
Just to understand the pulse in the room, go and have a feel of the environment. I mean,
yeah, go and have a feel of the environment, right?
But try to break the ice with the audience and
yes, break the ice.
Biji, can you clarify that again?
Try to break the ice with the audience and try to get comfortable with each other.
Yes. In fact, there are two things that we recommend that you do as a trainer. The first thing, and you have already done that, by the way, is to establish a rapport with your audience by asking them who they are. And we have seen that you have all introduced yourself. We made enough time to give everyone an opportunity to speak. And this is what you should do. If you are a trainer, once you enter the room, make sure you understand who your audience is. Ask them the questions. It could be like in today's session, because we had too many people, like we were expecting 20 plus people. So we had to restrict ourselves to 1 minute. But let's say you are giving a training only for 10 people. Now you can ask more questions, more challenging questions, get to know them, and not only get to know them, but the others in the room also should get to know who they are. So the first part is to establish the rapport, get everyone to understand who they are. And the second thing that we have to do is to have what we call an icebreaker. As BG mentioned, you need to break the ice with the audience, make them do something, okay, make them do an activity. Now we will see what kind of activities we can do in an online environment. If it was in a physical environment, it could have been to play a small game to get them to get the blood flowing. So as a trainer, the first thing in your agenda, the first thing in your toolbox should be, as you enter the room, after everything is prepared, the training is about to start, make sure that you establish the rapport with your audience, make sure everyone knows who they are, and you know who they are, and then break the ice with an icebreaker activity. Back to you, trainer DTM Wafaa.
Thank you, Cajetan. And now let me tell you something. Some people will say that a speaker, trainer, or facilitator, they look like each other. Yes, that's true. You know why? Because all they stand when they speak and they talk. they have the right communication skills, and they are self-confident of what they know and what they have. They stay centered with all the challenges that they will face, because while you are training or speaking or facilitating, you will have some troublemakers among. So how you can stay centered among all these challenges? So that's a common thing among these three, and they are professional. They have the professional skills. So that's what all of us think, that speaker, trainer, and facilitator, they look the same. However, let's hear from our second trainer to tell you the real difference between them. Hisham?
Yes, I'm here. Just give me 1 second. Here. Good morning, everyone. It's nice to see you again. Speaker, trainer, facilitator.
The
It is rare.
the previous slide.
It is rare that one body houses all these skills. But for the true trainer, if you are really about to make a difference in people's lives, you should have all these three and more. You need to be a trainer, mentor, motivator, leader, manager, speaker, CEO, training manager, all of this in one. Because in training, what you're looking for is your trainees to be able to one day become much bigger, better, brighter than you. When we speak about a speaker, majority of the time, it is me giving to the audience. So it's about 80% talking and 20% listening. The word itself says speaker. The word goes from me to my audience. But if we look at a trainer, the very word itself says, when you have certain skills, I want to be able to impart that to you. Speaker, mind to mind, knowledge to knowledge. Trainer, skill to unskilled, able to future able. When we speak about a trainer, it's about 40% talking, 60% listening. Why? Because with regard to training, you want to be able to send your trainees out to be able to do something, say something, speak something, calculate something, communicate something that they were unable to do before the training. The final component, which is a facilitator, is to be able to flip the situation and get the trainee to be able to reflect and understand what two things are. And those things are, number one, what's your Superman superpower? And number two, what's your Superman kryptonite? What's good with you? What's not so good with you? What are you great at? What can you be great at? What would you like to improve? And what is it that you have already are really world class at? In facilitating, we spend 80% of the time listening, understanding, and shifting the conversation so that the solution comes from the trainee themselves. It's an inside out view of looking at it. A speaker, majority of the time speaks. A trainer, majority of the time listens. But the facilitator, for the majority of the time, is a reflection of the trainee themselves. Which then brings us to this particular activity that we want to do. Our moderator will send the groups to a breakout room for a few minutes. And within your groups, I want you to have a look at 3 critical skills a trainer would have, a facilitator would have, and a speaker would have. When we bring back, let's debrief. DTM Cajetan. Can we send the
Yes,
groups?
I will now.
Room?
Thank you, trainer Hisham. I will now move you all to your assigned teams, and you will be sent to the room automatically, and you will have 5 minutes to discuss among yourself to complete the exercise as given to you by our trainer Hisham. Find the skills required for each of this, try to assemble them, and as I mentioned yesterday in my introduction, have one person who will collect it and present it. So today, whoever is 01 would be the captain in the first activity, and we would like to hear from that person when you'll return. The meeting rooms are now the break.
Learn something, share something.
If you all want to move to the one of the room just to observe them, I can move you all. And then since you all are co-host.
Separate us as, yes, each one to a room, and Hisham, stop sharing the screen.
Yeah, so basically, when you move to the room, you should be able to then jump to any other room if you all want,
I
since
know.
you all are
You will
co-host.
assign us on one room.
Yeah.
Why it's not stop sharing the screen?
I will stop it.
All breakout rooms are great. They are on the job.
Yeah, actually, they are all, I mean, whoever is the participants, they're all eager to learn, so which is very
Absolutely. You know that the most people who will learn in this exercise are us.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Are we all back?
We are all back. Over to you, DTM Hisham.
Thank you. I want to do something. I want you to unmute your microphone for 10 seconds. But before you do that, I want you each to think really carefully, really carefully about one word that comes to your mind about your time in the breakout room. So I'll give you 5 seconds. Think about one word that you would use to describe your time in the breakout room. So I'll give you 5 seconds, and then you will unmute your microphone for 10 seconds and shout out that word. So 5 seconds start now.
Perfect time.
Brainstorming.
Calm down. Take the 5 seconds. You will not get it all the time. So it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Listen.
Active listening.
Skills.
Active listening.
Be on time.
Fantastic. Nicely done.
Too busy.
Team participation.
Team participation.
Networking.
Too
Team
busy.
participation.
Brainstorming.
No, nobody wants to say coffee with a lot of sugar. All right.
Empowering.
Empowering. Thank you so much, guys. So we can mute ourselves again. In breakout rooms and in these small facilitative rooms over the last almost 2 decades, the one thing that I have always taken is reflection. Because within these breakout rooms, it gives you the chance to really think in a safe environment about a problem that you may not think otherwise. So this sort of question, when it is posed, as a trainer, it's really important to be able to switch on, focus, switch off, and get back to your training. That is a skill that a trainer really needs to have. Because from training to training, compartment to compartment, project to project, client to client, you should be able to wear different hats. Just like our Toastmasters International says, the Toastmaster wears many hats. With regard to training and with regard to speaking, a speaker is event oriented. A speaker is on the stage. A speaker speaks, delivers content, stories, inspires, and creates that emotional bridge between you and your audience. But a trainer is centered around that safe environment, which is the workshop or the classroom, where skills are being taught. There's a gap between you and the trainee, and it is your responsibility to be able to take the skills from here, transfer it here, and then present it to the trainee. Transformation is critical for a trainer. You should be able to change the skill set of the trainees once they are out of the training room. A facilitator is at the same time a reflection and a bouncing ball between the trainee and the facilitator. It is your responsibility to get the trainee to introspect, reflect, and then project. Inside, get the workings going, and then make sure that it goes outside. These 3 skills are critical. Why? Because at different points, at different audience, with different clients, at different mood sets, you need to be able to use them. You don't cut steak with a butter knife. You don't go and take a credit card to buy a house. So you need the right tools at the right time for the right person as many times as possible. So I will now hand over the floor to DTM Wafaa, who will continue with the next slide. DTM Wafaa, if you're ready, the virtual floor is yours.
Before DTM Wafaa takes over, we had requested all the captains of the team to give us a brief assessment of what they have discussed in the room in DTM Wafaa. Maybe we can ask them to share it now. You're muted.
Okay, thank you, Cajetan. We have 4 teams, and I want the captain of the team, which is we said 0-1, and then the second round will be the other captain. In brief, what are the skills? I want you to mention 1 skill only, not 3 skills. 1 skill from what you have done in the exercise. Let's start by Tigers.
Let the tigers roar. So we have first speaker, since you said just 1 skill, it is good oratory skills connected with the audience for the speakers. For trainers, it is to make an impact, develop skills and knowledge. And for the facilitator, it is resolve conflict, moderate, and plan, coordinate, and execute. Just one skill.
Super. Now, can we have from the other team, Desert Storms?
Yes, thank you, DTM Wafaa, for the opportunity. During the brief discussion that we had with the team, we focused on 2 primary skills that are required for a trainer, and they are time management and listening. So we did make a note of other skills as well, but the 2 things that come to our mind was time management and listening, apart from planning as well. So we were discussing on that, and we just came out with these. Thank you, and over to you.
And time management is in everything in our life, right? Now, Team Rebels.
Yes, good morning once again. Regarding the skills of the speakers, of course, we wrote down many skills, but the main one will be the good communication skills, the trainer, presentation skills, and facilitator, good networking skills.
Wow, very good. Avengers?
Thank you, DTM Wafaa. Actually, we have agreed on 3 skills that all of the speaker, trainer, and facilitator share, which are organization skills, because the speaker has to organize their speech, the trainer has to organize their training program, and the facilitator has to organize their thoughts during the facilitation. The second skill is communication. Obviously, they have to communicate their thoughts and their objectives. And the last thing is the listening skills. Even though the speaker has 20% listening skills, it's sometimes the speaker asks the audience to interact, so he has to also apply his listening skills.
Super. Thank you, all teams. Now, if you did not like the name of your teams, whenever we are going in the other room, you can change them. No, you can decide on what is the name that you want, and then change it accordingly. It's at the end, it's your team, and that you need to be relaxed and happy to be called by that name. Now, in the other exercise, I was planning to take you to another room, but it's too much taking you. I miss you in that room. Let's have it here, and we will do it in a different way. I will share my whiteboard, but before that, let me tell you that what I want to ask you to do. As a professional trainer, there are lots of skills, but there are qualities, 12 qualities for a professional trainer. What I want you to do is, in the chat box, each one of you can write what qualities. I will write them on the whiteboard, and then we can see what we have in front of us and what did you write. So can we start by the chat box? And let me open my whiteboard. Yes.
Chat in public or chat to personal you?
No, everyone. patience, knowledge, dedication, good listening, confidence, objective, diplomatic, with body language, open-minded, availability, big time, empathy, accept criticism, respectful, value, patient, we've said it, stand tall, positive, you said something in your exercise, which has lots of words, you said it in the exercise, they are part of the qualities of the professional trainer. Attentive, time management, yes, and management in general, impactful, competent, enthusiasm, extrovert, yeah, yes or no, motivator, passionate, we've said the passion somewhere. Okay, so communicator, communication is good thing. Influencer, and you said something about organization. Super.
Good listener.
Yes, good listener, we wrote it. Now let us stop sharing this. And that's, I wrote everything on the whiteboard, so I have them in front of me and I can see what you wrote. Now let's see what is shared among the word about the professional trainer. 12 qualities of professional trainer. The first one is organization. You need to be well organized from the session plan, which is we will do it today, how to prepare your session, from the way you are structuring your thoughts. So everything should be organized well. Second is the way you are delivering. It should not be boring. You should have lots of fun during the training. Otherwise, you will lose the people. And you need to be focused on your objective, which is your own objective. You should be focused on objective. Otherwise, the people or the audience will drag you to other areas, which is not the main focus of the course. Training design, you have to design your training in a way to have lots of methods and methodologies. So all your learners can understand, because we have different kind of learners, which is called the VAC, visual, audible, and kinesthetic. So not all people are listeners. Some people, if they don't see in front of them, it will not be listed in their mind. And you have to have the passion, which is, you mentioned it, without passion, nothing is there. You cannot accept the load that you will have. Innovative thinking, you need to be innovative. You need to, if you are a trainer, you will see that you are in a challenge in every session you are delivering. What you can come up with the new ideas. After 23 years, I'm still, every training, I'm searching for new ideas because I don't want to lose the audience. Ability to handle group dynamics. You have people that they are professional and they are not here as students. That's the idea. That's the difference between college students and training. Training, we are teaching others, and they have the knowledge. They may come to this class to fill some gaps that they don't have. So you need to know the ability to handle these dynamics. You need to be the subject expert in that particular thing. You don't need to know everything as a trainer, but the subject that you are teaching or training, you need to be subject matter expert, because otherwise they will not trust you. Communication, you said it, and in communication it goes under it the body language, the vocal variety, the confidence, the listening, all these things comes under the communication. Patience, you said it, which is the first thing I wrote it in red. Patience are very important. If you don't have the passion, you will not be patient. So they are linked to each other in a way or another. When you have the passion to training people to make a difference, then you will be patient. 11 is evaluation. You need to know how to give the right feedback, as they are there to learn from you, which is you are the subject matter expert. You need to give them the feedback in a proper way. And the last quality is training need identification, which is we ask it in the beginning of every class that what they are here coming for. We need to listen to that thing in the beginning of our session. And personally, I shift my whole training after the first day. When I'm asking them about what they are here for, what they are expecting, what's their expectation. And I can see that they are some areas that I put in my slides, they know it and they don't need it. So I remove it and put something else that they are expecting. And by that, you can keep them attentive and keep them listening to you till the end of the session. So these are the qualities of a trainer. Now we'll move to, just a minute, assessment. Let's see, after doing all this, let's see what is the right answer. What are the 3 characteristics of effective trainer or teacher? Polite, punctual, and boring. Uninterested, exclusive, and inflexible. Encouraging, polite, and supportive. Or unapproachable, confident, and knowledgeable. So,
C.
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 Yes, it is C. If you can see that in the first one, what's the word that's not right?
Boring.
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 Absolutely. Unmute yourself in this exercise.
Boring.
So in the first one, boring is not right. In the second one, what is not
Uninterested.
right?
Inflexible.
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 Absolutely
All
right.
three. All three.
All three. And exclusive, which
Unapproachable.
is not right. Now, in the last one, unapproachable is the word, because confident, you need to be confident and you need to be knowledgeable. So during the training, you may do some assessment, and this assessment is not a quiz and it's not a test to be graded, but it's a good indication that people are with you. And if anybody is not with you, then you can catch him up and he will be with you again. Now, we've done an icebreaker, we will do another icebreaker. Icebreakers are important. Now, when we have the icebreaker in the beginning, I asked about you, we need to know you. There are thousands of icebreaker. If you just put icebreaker on the net, you will get lots of ideas. And actually, that's what I do. Every time I change my icebreaker because it's boring. I feel bored if I'm doing the same thing more over and over again. So it's to bring energy, that each one is introducing himself, he's feeling confident to talk about himself. It's good to share ideas because we need to know each other. And it's kind of discussion sometimes if we are kind of discussing some topic or subject. Assist group dynamics, teams will know each other. And it helps the learner to focus on why we are here. why we are. So it's kind of breaking the ice among us, and we will be comfortable to talk to each other. And that's good one, which is sometimes we'll do it the 10 minutes in the beginning, and in the first day of the training, some people will be like, they don't know the location, they don't know the class, they don't know whatever, so they can be latecomers. And by that, they will not miss the training itself, they will miss the introduction, which is the icebreaker, so that's good as well. Now, we have a trainer that came in, he was there and he left and then he came back. Ilanor, is he here? Cajetan, can you help me? Is he here? I saw him coming.
Ilan Govan,
Govan.
He had a problem in the beginning joining. He was joining and disconnecting, but maybe he's okay now. Can you unmute yourself, Ilan Govan, and see if he can be part of the training?
Yes, can you tell us who you are and why you are here? A little bit about you in less than 1 minute. Ilan Govan.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, because the speaker, everyone has a speaker, but speaker to trainer is a very difficult one. A trainer means you have to train your subordinates, you have to train your team. So it is the best opportunity to learn me to, as a speaker, I know I can speak well as a Toastmaster. Everyone wants to speak well, but the trainer is a very difficult. That is why I am joining today, the trainer. I want to become a trainer also. So that is my aim. Today I am joining that as a trainer in this meeting.
Can you tell us a little bit about you, Ilan Govan? Like, you, from where are you? What's your background? So it's good to know you. For the first time,
thank you very much. Basically, I am from India. My name is Ilan Govan. I've completed my electronics and communication engineering and MBA, working as a sales manager in a Bahrain company. My native place in India, Chennai.
Ouch. We lost him. So he's back. Yes, Ilan Govan. Are you with us?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Are you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, sorry, there is some net problem. That is, it's a virtual meeting. Definitely, it is not like a physical meeting. Physical meeting is an excellent meeting, but unfortunately, we are doing the virtual meeting. That is why net problem will come. So I am in Chennai, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. So here we are talking about icebreaker. Now, I saw him coming in. I could have forget about, because he missed the first, instead of spending 1 minute to learn about him, I could have just skipped it. And it's fine if you skip it. But you have to care for every single person in the class with you. It's the respect that you talked about. If we don't respect every single person, then we're not the proper trainer. So we cannot skip anybody just because he is a latecomer. We are not judging. And there is an internet issue, and we know that. So now let me do another icebreaker. And now this icebreaker is different. And it should not take less than 30 seconds. And the icebreaker, I want you to tell me. Oh, Shino is out. Now he's in. Now, so what I want you to do, I will call the names because I can see you on the screen and we will not miss anybody. The sentence goes like, something most people don't know about me is. So when I'm telling you, you will continue that sentence. You will fill. Something most people don't know about me is. We'll start by Ram. I did not hear you, Ram.
Ambassador. I said Pathways Ambassador.
Pathways Ambassador. Okay. Tabassum.
You're a very romantic person at heart.
Oh. Mariam. Unmute yourself. Yes.
Something people don't know about me is I'm a humanitarian and an empath, and I'm a palmist too. I'm a tarot reader.
Oh, that's good. I did not know as well, right? Now, Desert Storm. How can I pronounce your name? Sorry.
Yeah, you can call me by my last name. It's actually my first name was Srijit, but my last name is Raja, so you can call me Raja. It's easy to pronounce.
Raja.
You can call me Raja.
Raja.
So,
so tell me something that most people don't know about you.
Yeah, I think one thing that most people do not know about me is that I'm a practitioner of neuro-linguistic programming, which is effectively into programming a mind and communicating with. So I'm a practitioner of NLP.
I'm on the course right now, and it's the last month of the course, and I'll be NLP practitioner as well. That's good to know. BT.
Yeah.
Something that I don't know about you.
I'm stubborn. Stubborn.
Ooh. Yeah, okay. We have something in common. Priscilla.
Something that people don't know about me is that I am my husband's niece.
Oh, really? That's good. Cajetan. Cajetan.
Oh, me?
Surprise me.
Something people don't know about me is I'm an introvert.
Okay.
We don't believe you. We don't believe you.
We don't believe him after all this publicity. Dinesh.
Something people doesn't know about me that I am suffered twice the heart attack. So by the twice heart attack, I got more experience and I was alert. And when it came the third time, I ran away from my house. So I could not affect it.
Oh,
thank you.
That's good to know. And sorry for that. Anil.
I guess most of the 23 people here, what would not know about me is I could deliver like humorous speech, and I've been one at least at the area level.
Oh, guy.
I know you are a humorous speech.
I don't know. Maram.
Probably one thing that I would say maybe Toastmasters don't know about me, not just people, is that I am an occasional cosplayer. I like to cosplay, and basically cosplay is a mixed two words of costume and play. So I dress up like characters, movies, or people, even characters in games, and this is like partial acting, I would say. So being a cosplayer, actually being a Toastmaster has helped me in this hobby, because I have to be confident, I have to exhibit myself and basically portray the character that I am cosplaying.
Wow, that's good to know. Ravi. Unmute yourself.
Yeah. I am spiritual. Most of the people, they don't know about me. I usually practice meditation every day, and for a long time I'm doing that.
Wow, wow, wow. Morally.
I'm sure it's a surprise to everybody. Just one day before the marriage, till that time, my main profession was gambling. I'm a cards player, and my main earning was only by cards, playing cards. But one day before my marriage, I gave that as a gift to my wife. So since then, I have not been playing cards. Otherwise, that was my profession. I was always in the clubs only, playing professional cards.
I know you well. That's something good to know. Sahar.
I like my job. I like teaching online in spite of many issues.
Thank you, Sahar. Zahra.
All right, so something that other than the Toastmasters, they don't know about it, other than my small family, which is like brothers, sisters. and Toastmaster family, they don't know that I'm a Toastmaster. It's just I kept it quiet because I felt like this is the only place where I can express my feeling, share my knowledge, and gain knowledge. And it's my free space where I can learn as much as I want whenever I want. So, but until I achieved the DTM, then I just opened it to everyone, and that's it.
Good, Zahra. Gino.
Okay, this is like an icebreaker for everyone. I am a passionate lover. I got married after being in love with my wife for 8 years, but I saw her an hour before marriage. We did not see each other for 8 years. We talked on the phone, we fell in love, but I met her just half an hour or an hour before marriage. That was the first time I saw in 8 years.
Oh my God. Thanks for sharing. Subrata.
I am very soft. I dislike shouting. If such situation arise, I always try to quit from that place.
Oh, Reno. Unmute yourself, Reno.
Something that people don't know about me is actually I like to talk to myself. Whenever I have time, I talk to myself. That nobody knows.
Self-talk is important. Ravi.
Yeah, this is what nobody knows about me.
Unmute yourself.
Yeah, this
Ravi?
is what nobody knows.
Okay. Ilan Govan, something that we don't know about you.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Actually, I am from Taska in Bahrain. 2 years as a Toastmaster in this Bahrain Toastmasters. So
okay. This is we know or we don't know about you. Reno, something that we don't know about you.
Toastmaster Ilangovan, உங்களை பத்தி எங்களுக்கு தெரியாது என்னதுன்னு she is asking. The one which people don't know about you.
Which people don't know about me in the Toastmasters team?
Yes.
Yeah, mostly because I'm attending a lot of contests. So most of the people in Toastmasters, I know that. But this meeting, I didn't know somebody's.
Oh, okay. Fine. Fair enough. Thank you. Reno. We're running out of time. You need to.
Finished.
We're finished.
Dr. Fatma? Sorry, Reno.
Yes. Actually, what people don't know about me, one of my hidden secrets, is that I have two extremes. I'm a patient person, and at the same time, I'm very nervous.
Oh.
The other thing is that I am a pianist.
Oh, really? That's good to know. Okay. Who else? We have Gobi. Quick thing that we don't know about you. We lost Gobi.
Tabassum also we will.
I spoke.
Tabassum said in the beginning.
Tabassum finished.
Hisham?
We wanted your trainers as well.
Hisham, something that I don't know about you.
Good morning, DTM Wafaa. Something you don't know about me. All right. So most of the time when you see me, you will notice that I'm very small in stature. But since the age of probably around 10 years old, my favorite sport has been the sport of rugby. This is a very badly physical sport. It's like American football without the shoulder pads. So thanks to that, the legacy of that program has been I have 2 dislocated shoulders, 1 damaged knee, both my thumbs are dislocated, and both my 2 big toes
My
are
God.
fractured.
Oh
Looks
my
can be
God.
deceiving. That's it.
I like that. Something that you don't know about me, I write poetries, and I have around 35 poems, and soon it will be a book. So that's something in English, not in Arabic. So that's something that you don't know about. So here we've done now what we've done the icebreaker, but we've done it in a different way. So be creative. Do your icebreaker in a different way, in the beginning or after, whatever you want, something that you need people to start discussing. So that's good. Now let's do the energizer. And energizer, when we'll do it? Usually we'll do the energizer after the break. When people are too much, you see them that there's no energy. You see them that they start to, you notice that they put off their screen, or you notice that they are on their phone. Something like this happen, you know that that audience are not fully with you. So what you will do, you tell them, let's do some energizer. And it should not take like more than 1 to 2, 3 minutes. What I want you to do is to stand. You can do it while sitting if you want, so that it's up to you. But standing, it will give you the energy. And I want you to use your forefinger. We want to draw a rectangle and a triangle parallel. So first time we will draw a rectangle in the both forefingers. I will show you how to do it. So we'll do like this, like that, and like that. So can you do it? Super. Now we want to do a triangle. And let me do it in front of you. So it is like that, like this, and that. Super. So a triangle. And while doing it, you can move your body like this, and so you can stretch yourself in a way or another. Now the challenging part is we want to do in one hand the triangle, and in the other hand the rectangle. It is challenging. So let me start. Again. That's good. Let's give ourselves a big round of applause. So the Energizer, sometimes it doesn't need to have an objective. It doesn't need to have something to come up with. It's just moving your muscles around. It can be anything to make people back their energy. So standing, it's better. Moving is better. Sometimes we'll make aerobic, sometimes we'll make Zumba, whatever you like. It depends on your audience and depends how confident they are with you. And especially when the videos is on, it will be better. So they are energetic with you. Now, let me go and let's have this sharing about one of the assessment. So the purpose of the icebreaker is A, outline assessment method and requirement. B, ensure learners understand the course objectives. C, encourage sharing of ideas and information. And D is discuss reference material and room layout. You can unmute yourself and tell me the right answer.
C rules. C is always the right answer.
C.
It seems you like C.
By the way, let me tell you something. When I was examining, passing or sitting for network engineering in Microsoft, when you don't know the answer of any question,
always C.
C. And that's when I did the Cisco and the MCSE. So C is when I don't know the answer after eliminating 2 and whatever, I'll put C. So that's some C.
I have passed all my exams only by the C without preparation.
We can see that.
That's great. That's great.
I see
Research also
something in
proves
you.
that research
I see
also proves that
something
you have
in
option
you,
C
Murli.
most of the time.
So we have done the Energizer, we have done the icebreaker, we have done the the exercises, and now we will go to our second trainer to tell us a little bit more serious thing about gap analysis. Hisham, the floor is yours.
Thank you, DTM Wafaa. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. So we look at gap analysis. In any speech or in any training, we always say that the opening is very important. So I have a slightly different way to open this particular segment, and that is by using a small quiz. So I want you to tell me in the next 3 minutes, you are the training manager of TMI Bank. That's your scenario. Your TMI Bank has 3 types of in-house training. This is the training that you as the bank give your employees. These 3 training programs are Introduction to Banking Processes, Intermediate, Boot Camp for Banking Executives, and then finally, Intensive Workshop on Corporate Banking Strategies. You're the training manager in this bank, and these are your 3 training programs. I want you to tell me, if you have these 3 types of employees, what training you would recommend to them. And these are the 3 types of employees. A director joining the board, an intern joining for a summer internship, and then finally, a newly promoted manager. Now, how are you going to answer these questions? Answer in the chat box as A1, B2, C3, whichever it is. So as you can see, the answer option C is not available. You cannot escape. So you have 3 minutes. Good luck. Start typing.
One.
Nothing so far.
Can't see actually.
Oh, let me put this back up. Just give me a second. Let me put this back up for you. There we are. Visible?
Yeah, yeah. Perfect.
Let's do it. I can see the chat box. DTM Priscilla, A2, B3, C1. Nicely done. Don't copy now. A2, B3, C1. No, no idea. Honesty is the best policy. A2, B3. Thank you, DTM Anil. C1, A2, B3. Creative way of putting it. A2, B3 and B3 is less than C1. A2, B1, C3. C1. The tigers are on the board. I think somebody is sharing answers through phone call. A2, B3. DTM Cajetan is also on the board.
Do we just suggest one training, or can we just have more than one for one person?
Up to you. Up to you.
Utapamai.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, everybody. Let's recap. Let's recap. So let's start off by muting the microphones if possible, so that we will not be distracted. Thank you very much. Maybe the moderator could mute the microphones. What have we just done? What did we just do? Let me just move back up here. You started off by looking at a scenario. Where did you start off? You were the training manager in this particular bank. Before you can go to where you want to go, you need to know where you are standing right now. So when we outlined this particular scenario, there was a very clear mandate. You are the training manager. What do managers do? They've got to manage. So as the training manager, it is your mandate to make sure that the pipeline between excellent employees and potential employees is managed carefully so that at the execution end, your trainees are now fully capable in order to execute the banking processes. So you are a bank, you're the trading manager, and you have three types of people coming into you. The requirements of the trainee are crucial. So this is where we have this triangle: the training manager, the trainee, and the company. With regard to the requirements, it's important that we focus on the skills and the capabilities, the strengths and the weaknesses, the pluses and the minuses of the trainee themselves. That is where the gap analysis comes in. Because the gap analysis is, where am I? Where do I want to go? How many steps do I need to take in order to get to where I want to be? It's a little bit like planning for your lunch on Friday afternoon. You are thinking now, what time will this man finish the training? Depending on what time he finishes, what am I going to have? What will it be? What will be happening at the end of the session? What's going to happen after lunch? So can I have a heavy lunch or a light lunch? The weather outside is rainy, so should I have something hot or cold? Where you are, where you need to be, what steps you need to take in order to get to the objective that you want. So the steps in gap analysis, you've got to start with the position audit. Where am I? Where am I standing? What have I got? And what do I need? Secondly, you've got to have the focus on the training. What skills have they got? What strengths have they got? What opportunities and threats have they got? And then we go on to how you get there. We had an intern who is at the introductory stage. We had a manager who is joining in the middle layer. And we had a director who is joining at the top layer. If it's an intern, you would need to introduce, break the ice, make them comfortable, and then induct them into the processes of the bank. So for an intern, you would obviously look for an introductory course. For a manager who has the necessary technical skills, you might need to upskill them in a short, sharp, sweet manner so that their time is not wasted. They get the training, move on to activity, and then they can train the remaining people. You can't get them to sit for 3 months at a time, 2 hours per day, because they are being paid to manage problems, and you can't take away managerial time. Thirdly, if it's a director, it's someone who no longer necessarily needs technical skills, but they need topical, timely, important information to come to them so that they can execute at the highest level of strategy and stakeholder management. You've got to make sure that you prescribe the correct medicine to the correct patients. Just because they have fever, you don't prescribe Panadol, because fever is only the cause of an infection, or it's the symptom of an infection. You've got to get to the root of the problem. Why is this important? Why can't everybody take all sorts of training? You can argue that it is knowledge. Why can't they take everything? Because just because I like pizza, you may not like pizza. Just because you like burgers, I may not like burgers. Some of us might like regular fries, some of us might like cheese fries. We don't know. One size does not fit all. One time does not fit all. One program does not fit all. One solution does not work all the time. We've got to know in gap analysis that because times are changing, requirements are changing, environments are changing, the gap can increase, decrease, widen, narrow, and completely shift. Best example, what we are doing right here, right now. The last time I did this program, it was 9 to 5 at a hotel with 30 people in Bahrain. This time, this training is being done 9 to 5 completely virtually. I'm in Bahrain, you're in Kuwait, some of us are in India. The same program, the same number of participants, the same material, but the methodology is completely different. This came through because the organizers did a gap analysis, and that's why it's so crucial to know this gap. In professional training circles, we call this a training needs analysis. And that document has got to be filled in, because that's what helps you to pitch your training to potential future clients. You can't sell what you don't know, and you will not be able to sell what you're not confident about. The best training is where you can tell the client, you have a problem, this is my solution, and that problem they didn't even know they had. That's where you become truly excellent in this business of converting yourself from a speaker to a value-adding trainer. Example is you today. Any guesses for what triple T stands for?
Train the trainer.
Thank you so much, Srijit. That's absolutely right. Toastmaster to trainer. Your purpose is to go from trainee to trainer. Your purpose is to go from speaker to trainer. Your purpose is to go from learning to teaching. You have identified a gap. You're here, you want to be here. And how will you fill this gap? 9 to 5, speaker to trainer, District 20, Kuwait. So what have we just done? What we've just done is we have flipped the classroom and you shared what you're going to do with us. Because end of the day, this is not a teaching course, but this is a facilitative workshop. You did the exercise, you did the reflection, you picked the training course, you went back introspected, and you have shared the steps in the gap analysis. Where are you? You're in the bank, you're the manager. What is your requirement? 3 employees, 3 courses, mix and match, and then the execution. This process, you rinse, you repeat as many times as necessary. So what techniques have you got with regard to managing a gap analysis? The key cutting point is you got to know what is your current skill versus your required skill level. Again, best example, COVID-19. You can have exceptional managers. You can have great leaders. But if you can't communicate on video in today's environment, you are more or less obsolete. If you are unable to communicate what's here through here to you over there in this tiny screen, there is no way that you're able to generate business. The training that you get from this particular time period, communicating through video in this tiny screen, will hold you in tremendous strength when you go out into the physical world. Where am I? Manager, speaker, trainer in the physical world. Where am I right now? Manager, trainer, speaker, leader in the virtual world. Existing position, requirement, how do I fill the gap? So in gap analysis, you need to know where am I, where do I need to go, and what are the steps, what are the best steps in order to get there. One thing that you could do is you could share a survey. And in this electronic world, sharing a survey is very, very easy. So I'll give you 5 seconds or 10 seconds. You can unmute your microphone. And can you tell me in one word, what does a survey mean to you? 10 seconds to you. I'm deaf, I think I can't hear.
SWOT.
Information, thank you. I'm sorry?
We can do SWOT.
Opinion.
Yes, SWOT.
Understanding the requirement.
Opinions.
Feedback.
Feedback. I like that. I like that. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you go, sometimes I hate when this happens. I go to a doctor and before I can say, good morning, doctor, he has started prescribing the medication. Now, if you go to a restaurant and you sit down and they bring you a dish and say, this is what you're going to eat, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to be really happy because they never asked me for what is my opinion. The same applies in training and gap analysis. You've got to know who the trainee is. And one of the best ways to know your trainee is to ask them questions. So with regard to a survey, you can do this on a regular basis or on an ad hoc basis. What's the difference? 10 seconds for you to contribute your answers. What's the difference between regular and ad hoc?
Ad hoc is something that is done immediately without being prepared and which is imperative.
Thank you, DTM Nachpal. Thank you very much. Great. So let me ask you a trick question.
If the situation arises.
Thank you. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. So should you do regular, ad hoc, or a mix of both? Trick question.
Mix of both.
Both.
Mix of both.
I think you need to use both. Yep.
Thank you, DTM Srijit. Absolutely. Because that's a typical accountant's answer, by the way. It depends. Right? So when we can't make up our mind, we always say it depends. And it's absolutely true. Because you can do surveys once every 3 months, once every 6 months, but you don't know what the situation is. Because as of February 2020, our surveys would have been obsolete. So on February 2020, to look at the next quarter, to look at the next half year, the survey would have to look at, will you work from home? Do you want blended working? What are the resources that you need to work from home? What are the safety requirements? So a survey on an ad hoc basis tailors and customizes to that particular situation. Online versus paper. So I'll give you 10 seconds. What is your preference, online or paper?
Online.
Online. Why?
Easier to
Online.
analyze, group them,
Apps.
summarize them.
I should have guessed it would be you who is answering DTM.
And
By
we
the way,
will
for this
and we will
particular
save
work,
paper as well.
yeah, I wanted to
Absolutely.
highlight for this particular workshop to select the participants. We did an online survey. We asked them for their education, what is it that they will do with the training, and based on that, they were selected. So a perfect example of a survey.
That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. That's fabulous because it's quicker, faster, cleaner, exposes itself to great analytics. You can merge it, you can isolate it. So many options are available. Anonymous versus non-anonymous. Let me ask you this question. Is it important to have a distinction? Is it important to have some surveys anonymous and some surveys non-anonymous? What do you think?
Yes, it
it is
is a mix
important.
of both. Depends on the sensitiveness.
For
I
example,
like that word. I like that word. It depends on the sensitivity. That's absolutely right.
and
I'll give
depends
you
on
an example.
sensitivity of culture also.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. 15 years ago, one of my friends used to work for an investment bank. Absolutely brilliant guy. Aced every exam that he had ever met on paper. But when you work in an investment bank, one thing you have to do is, thanks to Bill Gates, Microsoft Excel. He did not know Excel at all. Think about it. Gold medalist, finished all chartered exams in one go, and he was asked in the investment bank to take introductory courses on Excel. Now, if he had to take a survey and if he had to put his name in it, he would have not been very comfortable. But if he had to take a survey and this was anonymous, he could have easily said, I would like to see in the training catalog an introductory course on Excel so that someone who's not familiar with it can access the course. So it is horses for courses. You don't put pepper into tea, you don't put sugar into curry necessarily. So you need to know what to include at which different situation. Thank you. Personal observation. Important, not important? What is your feeling? Yes, no? Depends is not an option here. Is personal observation important for a trainer?
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you. Because
Yes.
you can solve what you see. You can't solve what you don't see. You can't solve the problem that you don't observe. So what are the techniques you have for observation, regular and situational? In management, we always say you have to have a 360-degree view. Not only that, you've got to be able to go up and look downwards from what we call the helicopter view. So you need to be able to see what's happening from a higher level, distance yourself from the situation. You should be able to observe in the coffee room, in the smoking rooms, in the car park, in meetings, in one-to-one conversations, in situations of conflict, in situations of comfort, what's happening with regard to your trainings. Every little bit of information is a piece of color in the full picture of your training masterpiece. Direct versus indirect. Sometimes you're observing the trainee directly with a purpose in mind in order to identify whether you can fast track them to a management track. Or it might be indirect observation where you're observing a majority of trainees simply with the idea to understand where they are leading to. Progression versus mentoring. Sometimes a gap analysis is done in order to see whether a candidate can be promoted or progress to a higher level, that it has a specific objective and purpose. Sometimes a gap analysis is done for informal mentoring, for progression over a period of time. Again, depending on the sensitivity, depending on the culture, depending on the situation, you've got to mix and match, increase and decrease, just like those old stereo systems to get the best sound quality out of it. Finally, interviews. It's a little bit old fashioned. However, year-end interviews are very popular. Most of us may not be very happy with it, but it is a powerful tool that can be used to communicate your intentions, your capabilities, and your requirements for the next year. As a training manager, it's important for us to go to these interviews with two things in mind: an open mind and an agenda for the next year. Because an open mind without an agenda takes us nowhere. That's like saying, I have a full tank of petrol, but I don't know where to go. So it's important to know what's the pipeline for the company, have an open mind, listen to the trainee, and then match the requirement of the trainee with the requirement of the company. That's really crucial for us to do. Ideally, we use a combination of all of them together. You've got to be a manager, mentor, inspirer, motivator, coach, parent, challenger, devil's advocate, and guide. Sometimes when they come with a great plan, you know it's brilliant, but you will ask them, how come if this happens? What about if this changes? Because it's important that the God complex of a trainee is taken away. You need to know we are operating in the real world. Things can go wrong. Things may go wrong. So we've got to be prudent. And that's part of what we do in the gap analysis. I want you to take a couple of seconds. What other methods would you use to assess training needs? Let me put that into a context for you. Let's say you are the manager of a department in your business or company, and you have someone who, let's say you have 15 years experience, and let's say someone approaches you saying, I want to get promoted. What other methods would you possibly use, if at all?
Calibration, caliber.
Calibration, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Sometimes it helps to pick up the phone and call someone who knows someone. So if you don't have the access to this particular person, you might actually be able to speak to someone else who knows it. Access to their previous trend.
Sorry,
Yes,
I think you need to have something called as a baseline of the particular trainee attendees group, so that.
I like that. I like that. Absolutely. Because Peter Drucker, one of the world's most famous management gurus, said, what gets measured gets done. So we can't judge them by the beauty of their smile. We've got to have objective measures, and a baseline provides that fantastically well. Thank you for that. Who is this? Any guesses?
Jervis.
So that's the 2014 World Champion of Public Speaking, Dhananjay Hettiarachchi.
A rose.
In his speech, he mentions that he was a troubled teenager. He said that if he continued on the road he was going, there would have been tremendous disappointment in his future. Now, he had potential, and today he has realized that potential. From where he was to where he is, from a nobody to the top speaker in the world. That's a long journey, and that's a huge gap. Now, he clearly mentions that he didn't get to where he was on his own personal strength. So who helped him to get there? Any guesses?
Balraj.
Arunachalam, Balraj
Past
Arunachalam.
president.
Immediate past president, Toastmasters International.
Thank you for that, everyone. That's the immediate past international president of Toastmasters International, distinguished Toastmaster Arunachalam Balraj. A little known fact is that he is the appointed club mentor for Dhananjay Hettiarachchi. So in his speech, he mentioned that Balraj was the person who picked him, caught him, trained him, forced him, mentored him in order to get to where he was. 1 year after Dhananjay, or a couple of years after Dhananjay won the World Championship, Arunachalam Balraj became the Toastmasters International President. That captures within our movement a great story of a training needs analysis. How someone was able to identify the potential of an individual, the position of an individual, and to motivate exceptional performance so that that trainee could reach the pinnacle of their profession. And that, in a nutshell, is a training needs analysis. That is the epitome of a gap analysis. So let's now move on to the activity that we have. On page 6 of your workbook, there's an assignment that is called Proud and Sorry. Let's go to our groups. You have a few minutes in order to try this activity in your groups. DTM Cajetan, can we shift the participants to the breakout rooms?
Yes, I will first share the screen so that they can review if they don't have the material in front of them.
Sure thing, sure thing. Let me stop sharing my screen. There we go.
Page number 6, right? Okay, I'm sharing the screen just so that we review what we have to do. So this is called the proud and sorry exercise. And obviously, again, you all will be put in the breakout room and assign one of yours as the captain who will collect all the information from all of you all and make this program or this work where you identify what you are proud of and what you are sorry about. So basically, it is to identify the gap in the club itself. Try to brainstorm, come up with a list, and share it afterwards with your trainer. With that, let me stop the sharing and assign you to your teams. Sheno, you are not able to join? Okay.
I'm not able to move to the breakout room.
You got the message, right? You should have been moved automatically, actually.
No, I didn't get any message.
Okay, maybe I had not assigned you. You're supposed to be Avengers, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I logged out and.
Okay, okay. Because you had logged out. Fine. That's fine. You would get a message now on your screen to join the group. Going wonderful so far, DTM Wafaa.
Yes, I'm so happy.
This combination of different trainers is really working well.
Though it's challenging, if it's challenging if you find that one person wants to show off over the other. And here you will feel that there is a fight, and even the audience will notice that. But when the people are humble, they are confident, they have high self-esteem. So regardless, it doesn't matter who will show, who will run, who will do that. So yes, I'm proud.
1 minute to go. Everyone will come. And we have some lot of audience in YouTube watching us, by the way.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
good. Can you use the caption if you want to tell them that there is a 1 minute or something, or any information? We can use the caption to tell them that.
Good point. Actually, I should do that.
We're having
We are
people come
learning.
back.
We are learning.
By mistake, I clicked it and I came here. Our discussion was on.
We still have 20 seconds left.
Yeah, okay, send me. Okay, they are already here. Please send me back.
So would the group
by
who
mistake,
came
I
in
clicked
like
it
to
on.
share?
What?
Would the group who came
No.
in like to share?
Wait,
group
let's
came
give
in
10
like to
more,
share
10
it.
more seconds.
No,
Let's
we'll wait
close
for
all
all
the
of them.
rooms.
Let them hear about our group. Share, I'll private message you now.
Okay, everyone is here. And over to you, DTM Hisham.
Thank you very much. So who would like to go first? I'll pick the odd groups for this. So we'll go group 1, 3, and 5, so that in the next assignment you can go group 2, 4, and 6. So would group number 1 like to share what they went through? Hello, group number 1.
Yes, that's us. Items. Okay.
The floor is yours. Go ahead.
Yeah. The things to proud of, which was there are many members, and there are more DTMs in the clubs, and they are supporting each others. But the problems was lacking to have new members, lacking to have participants, and members don't attend the meetings.
Thank you so much, DTM Shah. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much. Group number 3, the floor is yours.
Which is
And
3?
Group number 3 has taken a coffee break.
Who is group number 3?
You may want to refer to them by the team names. So now we have Tigers.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Rebels is next.
Okay, so let's give the floor over to the Rebels.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Trainer. Like the 4 members like who have shared what they are proud of is one of the club is the second oldest club like in Bahrain. That club also has the distinction of having 3 district governors. Now it's a district director, but those days 3 district governors. Many of the club members mentioned like they indulge like into creative themes week after week, and despite not having physical meetings yet, like most of the members like they keep attending. So that's something most of our team members like we are proud of. But at the same time, most of the members they felt like mentoring is one issue which is not taken that seriously. And some of them, they just like by the virtue of being distinguished Toastmaster or like some higher ranks, they take that for granted. And they are just living like with the previous tools. They are not like adapting themselves like to the new technology pathways and so on. So
thank you, DTM Manil. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much. Let's go to the Avengers. So don't do this and make us disappear, but do this and rock us with your analysis.
There you go. We'll not end the game. Yeah. Hello. Hi everyone. Okay, I'm going to go club-wise. We had 4 clubs. The club, the positive of a club was a club is a closely knit unit, and they're proud of the knowledge that the educators, that the teachers have. The same club had a problem with growth. The problem is the membership is not growing. And what we identified for that club is to promote the club amongst teachers and parents, because it's a closed club. So the positive, it's a closed unit club. Okay, the club is full of resources. But the problem is with the growth, and the analysis is we need to promote the club more amongst teachers and parents so that membership grows. Second club, the positivity is they have regular role assignment, and people are very positive. That same club says they're lacking in when it comes to mentorship, and the analysis says that they need to identify mentors and assign these mentors to these mentees and speak to them constantly. The next club said that they were very positive, or they're proud of the way the meeting time and the fun and the learning that happens in the meeting. The clubs come prepared, the members come prepared, and there are senior members also. But the problem that they have is lack of attendance. And now what they identified is what they would do is they would do constant interaction and have fun talk with the members to understand the reason that they are not coming in, and then probably post in social media to encourage more guests. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for sharing that information. So we have had 3 groups. I believe we have 2 more. Who would like to go next?
I'll go.
Please join.
Thank you so much.
For the program, it will be starting in another 10 minutes.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
The proud moments for the clubs we are associating is they're having the senior Toastmasters who are very enthusiastic, supportive, and willing to bring new members. The number 2, I'm talking all the proud first, and then sorry, and then the solution. Number 2 is the ready to learn, hear, and energetic ideas. Number 3, supportive, cooperative, and received from the members. They are taking advantage of it. And the senior Toastmasters who are insisting parliamentary procedure. These all are the proud moments for all the 4 clubs. And the sorry moment is new members are not appreciating the efforts acknowledged by the senior Toastmasters. And the Toastmasters are not patient enough to get benefit from the programs they're not getting benefit from the new ideas, and they're disconnecting, and they're not open to new ideas and the legacy mentality followed by few clubs. And the members are not retaining, once they join and then they go back and they're not coming. So that's a big problem with the club. Now, how to overcome? We decided there's a solution for it. One-to-one mentoring is a good idea. Communication with the members personally is a very good idea. And bringing a keynote speaker from outside the club who encourages them to attend the meeting is a very good solution for the problem. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Mr. Mariam. That's brilliant. So our final group, the floor is yours. Rock us with your analysis. Silence is a virtue, but not in training. So who's our final group?
I guess we're all done.
Oh, we are all done. Fantastic, fantastic. All right. So let me share the screen and let us recap. So we should be able to describe in a training needs analysis active verbs. Training is about doing. In other words, you should be a different person once the training finishes. After 5 o'clock today, you should be a different person. And that's the objective of this particular training. Go into as much detail with 2 things, your analysis and your action plan. Know in intimate detail where you stand so that you are able to actively plan where you need to be. Use SMART objectives. Any guesses what SMART objectives are?
Yeah, specific, measurable, attainable, and time bound.
Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time bound. So that's a model that's as old as time that we can really use very well. I'll share with you 2 more models. The first one is called 5 whys. Ask why 5 times to get to the root of the problem. For example, I don't want to attend training. Why? It's Friday. I want to sleep. Why? Because I am tired. I work late on Thursday. Why? because I missed a deadline. Why? I didn't communicate with my manager. Ask why 5 times until you get to the root of the problem. The second model has 3 questions. The first one, what? What happened? Low membership. The second one, so what? Low membership, energy of the meeting is low, DCP points don't get achieved, meetings get cancelled. The third question, you asked what? So what? The third question is, now what? What are you about to do about it? Joint meeting, promotions, open house, connect with community clubs. What are you going to do about it? What is the problem? So what is the impact? Now what is going to be your action plan? And that gives your gap analysis a proactive and positive movement into the future. The final thing that I want to do with you is I want to share 2 1-minute videos with you. I want to share 2 1-minute videos with you. It comes from a movie called Remember the Titans, which is based on race segregation in the United States. It stars Denzel Washington. And let me now, fingers crossed, try to share these videos with you. 1 second, let me try this.
If you want, I can share the video. Let me know.
Oh, that will be great. That will be great. Let me just try this. Yes, DTM Cajetan. I think if you would share it, there are 2 videos, and the one I'm talking about now is the one that says Coach Herman Boone. Thank you.
Bunch of tough guys. You look like a bunch of 5th grade sissies after a cat fight. You got anger, that's good. You're gonna need it, son. You got aggression, that's even better. You're gonna need that too. But any little 2-year-old child can throw a fit. Football is about controlling that anger, harnessing that aggression into a team effort to achieve perfection. Some coaches, they cut a player if they think he's not up to snuff, when they think he's hurting the team. This is a public school program. I will never, ever cut a player who comes out to play for me. But when you put that uniform on, that Titan uniform, you better come to work. We will be perfect in every aspect of the game. You drop a pass, you run a mile. You miss a blocking assignment, you run a mile. You fumble the football, and I will break my foot off in your John Brown hind parts. And then you will run a mile. Perfection. Let's go to work.
So what did we just see? That is the starting point. That's your position audit. You saw a group of people disjointed, not coming together. The objectives were identified, the position is identified, the process is identified, the rewards and punishment is identified, and the end process is identified. Now, let's move down a few months to the final of that state championship, where they are losing to a team from Dallas. But this time, a surprising person steps up to make the solution. DTM Cajetan, if you will be kind enough to share the second video where it says Captain Julius Campbell.
Is this the one?
Yes, thank you.
All right, coming up.
Or lose. We're going to walk out of this stadium tonight with our heads held high. Do your best. That's all anybody can ask for.
No, it ain't, Coach. In all due respect, you demanded more of us. You demanded perfection. Now, I ain't saying that I'm perfect, because I'm not. And I ain't gonna never be. None of us are. But we have won every single game we have played till now. So this team is perfect. We stepped out on that field that way tonight. And if it's all the same to you, Coach Boone, that's how we want to leave it.
Yeah. I hope you boys have learned as much from me this year as I've learned from you. You've taught this city how to trust the soul of a man rather than the look of him. And I guess it's about time I joined the club. Herman, I sure could use your help. Ed Henry's kicking my ass.
That is the end result. And that is the true epitome of a successful training program. If you are able to transfer that fire from you to your audience, you will create an army of trainees whose skills are burning up the stages and lighting the stages up on fire. And that's the epitome of training. You transfer your vision for your trainees into their hearts, minds, and souls so that they are able to execute those skills in any environment. And when the trainee truly believes you have achieved your training needs analysis. Thank you. And it's time for me now to hand over to the beautiful DTM Wafaa Salman. DTM Wafaa, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Hisham. And what two lovely videos. You will see that we will share lots of videos, and each video has got a message why we are sharing. As a trainer, after the break, we will share lots of methods of training. That doesn't mean that we need to use them all. We use what it serves our training. If it's not an added value, we don't need to use it. And if it is, we will use it. We are great on time. Actually, we were planning to end on 11:56, but now the prayer is on for the first time. And I think, Cajetan, can we take the break and please tell us when we come back?
Yes, first of all, great time management trainers. We finished ahead of time, and we want to give you enough break now, stretch, lunch, and we will be assembling at 2 o'clock sharp. We will maintain a precision of timing, learning, and having fun activities. So I will end the meeting now, and I will restart the meeting again so that we can start with a fresh mind, good lunch. I wish I could offer the lunch to you all, but unfortunately, I can only offer a virtual lunch. Have fun and see you at 2 o'clock.
Refuel and return.
Enjoy the break and see you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for a wonderful session. We really enjoyed it. Looking forward to the second.
Yeah, it never felt like it. We have finished almost 3 hours. It just felt like a 40-second session for me, at least. I was learning so much.